Today's breaking story is something every Iraqi dinar holder has been waiting years to hear, and I'm going to tell you right now. You'll want to watch this entire report because everything you thought you knew about dinar rates, RV rumors, and conflicting numbers is about to change. For the first time in a long time, two of the most followed voices in the dinar community, Frank26 and Pimpy, have come forward with a unified message that cuts through years of confusion. They're confirming that there is only one real dinar rate, and this single piece of clarity is sending shockwaves through the entire community. And before we dive in, think about this: how many times have you heard different rates, different predictions, or complicated theories about how the RV might happen? How many times has someone online claimed to have secret numbers? Today, that ends. Today, we break down exactly why only one confirmed dinar rate matters, what it means for holders, how it impacts future expectations, and why this clarity arrives at such a critical moment in 2025. Stay with me until the end, because this might be the most important update you hear all year. For years, the dinar community has lived in a fog of speculation. Every week seemed to bring new numbers, new rumors, and new predictions. People would wake up and check forums, videos, and chat groups only to find completely different rates from the day before. Some people felt excited, others felt stressed or confused. But now, the message being delivered is that there is only one confirmed dinar rate, and that truth is helping people finally see things clearly again. This is important because when multiple fake rates float around, it makes it impossible for anyone to feel grounded. When one source claims the rate will be 3, and another source says the rate will be $1, and someone else claims to have inside information about a secret contract rate, people don't know what to think. But having one confirmed number removes the chaos. It simplifies everything, and when that message comes from names the community already trusts, people pay attention on a very different level. That's why this news is being treated as such a major turning point. Let's talk about why having only one confirmed rate is such a game changer. When multiple rates get passed around, banks, investors, and even everyday currency holders lose confidence. Confusion weakens trust, and when trust drops, panic rises. That's when people fall for scams or make emotional decisions. But by clearly stating that there is only one rate and removing all the noise around secret numbers or alternative exchange values, it brings stability back into the picture. It gives people something real to work with. You can't plan with guesses, but you can plan with facts. And now that this single confirmed rate has been emphasized, it sends a signal to the community that everything going forward will be more organized, more predictable, and more aligned with what official channels use. Instead of waking up to random numbers, people can focus on official updates. Instead of debates, people can focus on preparation. And instead of fear or doubt, there is a renewed sense of structure. That is why this has been one of the most welcomed updates in a long time. Another major point that needs to be understood is that this single confirmed rate dramatically reduces the chances of getting caught up in misleading claims. Over the years, people have been told about tiered rates, limited time offers, backroom deals, or unique exchange arrangements available only through certain groups. These ideas spread because confusion creates opportunity for misinformation. But when trusted voices reinforce that there is only one real rate, it instantly eliminates the foundation for many of these false narratives. You can't mislead people with made-up numbers if everyone knows there's only one number that counts. It also means that when the RV or any official rate adjustment finally does happen, people won't be scrambling, trying to figure out what number is real. They'll already know what to expect. That alone reduces stress dramatically, especially for people who have been holding on to currency for years and simply want a straightforward, official process when the time comes. Clarity is protection, and that protection is exactly what people have been asking for. Now, let's address something extremely important. This confirmation of one rate does not mean the RV is happening today. It does not mean the rate will skyrocket tomorrow. What it does mean is that the entire community finally has something factual to build on. Preparation becomes much easier when you have clarity. And while no one knows the exact timing of any future adjustments, Having one confirmed rate tells us that the system is becoming more structured, more transparent, and more aligned with official standards. The RV process, whenever it does happen, will not be random or chaotic. The message being repeated is that it will follow official rules, official timing, and official procedures. This is the complete opposite of the rumor-driven ideas many people have been exposed to in the past. This update is helping people shift from imagination toward reality, and in this kind of investment environment, reality always wins. That's why so many long-time holders say this new level of clarity is the best news they've heard in years. Many Dinar followers have been stuck in a cycle of emotional investing, feeling excited one moment and disappointed the next. One rumor boosts expectations, another rumor crushes them. But when there is only one confirmed rate, people don't have to ride that emotional roller coaster anymore. It provides stability, something that has been missing for a very long time. Imagine how different things would have felt over the years if the community had always focused on just one official number instead of hundreds of predictions from different corners of the internet. People would have been able to follow real updates instead of chasing stories. This new message encourages holders to think long-term, stay grounded, and trust what is official, not what is entertaining. And that shift in mindset is powerful. It helps people avoid burnout, avoid panic, and avoid bad decisions. When clarity replaces confusion, people can finally breathe again, and that is exactly the kind of energy the community is feeling right now. A major part of why this announcement matters is because it restores confidence in the process itself. When you have dozens of different rates floating around, the entire situation starts to feel unstable. People question everything. They wonder if they're being messled or if someone else knows something they don't. That creates stress, division, and distrust in the community. But by pointing out that there is only one confirmed dinar rate, it brings people back to reality and helps them focus on facts instead of fantasies. It rebuilds trust, and trust is essential, especially in a space that has been overrun by rumors for so long. When you know there is only one rate, you don't have to compare notes with 10 different sources. You don't have to worry about missing out on a special rate someone claims to have. You don't have to wonder who is telling the truth. Instead, you can follow official information confidently and calmly. That shift alone is a major win for everyone. Let's talk about timing, because timing is one of the most misunderstood topics in the entire dinar world. People want to know when the RV will happen, and understandably so. But the truth is that no one, not even the most connected voices in the community, knows the exact date. That information isn't given out. It's controlled. It's official. And it won't be leaked ahead of time. What matters is that having one confirmed rate means that whenever changes do begin, they will follow official channels and not random rumors. This reduces confusion dramatically and helps people prepare in a calm and organized way. Instead of waiting for rumors every day, holders can watch official government actions, financial reforms, and stable indicators. And the fact that we now have this new clarity means that the overall process is likely becoming more structured behind the scenes. People can stop guessing random dates and instead focus on understanding real developments. This makes the entire investment environment healthier, more realistic, and far more grounded. Another major benefit of having one confirmed rate is that it helps protect people from scams. Scammers thrive in confusion. When there are multiple rumored rates, they can manipulate people into believing that they have access to a special rate, a group rate, or an exclusive exchange deal. Many people in the past have fallen for these tactics because they didn't know what to believe, but clarity destroys scam opportunities. When everyone knows that there is only one real rate, scammers lose their power. They can't pressure people with fake deadlines or secret numbers. They can't convince people that they're offering something unique when the entire community already understands the truth. This new clarity is a shield. It empowers holders to make decisions based on facts instead of fear or excitement. And most importantly, it builds a much safer environment for new investors who may not have years of experience navigating dinar rumors. This is one of the biggest advantages of the new confirmation. Let's shift to what this means for the broader global market. The Iraqi dinar is watched not just by individuals, but by investors around the world who study currencies, financial reforms, and geopolitical movements. When the dinar community operates with multiple rumors and competing rate predictions, it creates the impression of an unstable or unprofessional environment. But when the community aligns around one confirmed rate, it instantly brings more credibility to the entire conversation. International investors prefer clarity, consistency, and transparency. This confirmation provides exactly that. It also means that as Iraq continues to develop economically, foreign interest can increase with more confidence. A clear, unified message creates a stronger foundation for future global participation. This is especially important in 2025 as the world watches how Iraq progresses in rebuilding, strengthening its monetary policies, and stabilizing internal systems. A currency backed by clarity, rather than conflicting rumors, is far more attractive to real financial observers. One of the biggest frustrations dinar holders have felt over the years is the constant rise and fall of expectations. One day, people believe the RV is moments away because someone predicted a new rate. The next day, another rumor appears with a different number and a different explanation. That cycle creates emotional exhaustion. But with one confirmed rate, there is finally a stable reference point. Holders don't have to guess anymore. They don't have to chase every new idea or wonder which number might be true. Instead, they can use the confirmed rate as a foundation for understanding what is real and what is not. This helps people make smarter decisions and avoid emotional reactions based on hearsay. It removes the noise and brings clarity back into the picture. And clarity is something the community has needed for a long time. The more grounded people become, the better prepared they are for whatever the future brings. Now let's talk about why voices like Frank26 and Pimpy matter in this context. Over the years, they have gained a reputation for delivering information that focuses on realistic updates rather than wild speculation. They have consistently encouraged people to stay grounded, avoid panic, and focus on what is official. So when they come forward with a unified message, people take notice. They aren't the type to throw out random numbers. They aren't the type to hype people emotionally. Their approach has always been rooted in stability, analysis, and long-term perspective. That's why this confirmation of one rate carries extra weight in the community. It isn't coming from someone who constantly changes predictions. It's coming from trusted voices who have spent years telling people to avoid confusion. When they emphasize clarity, the entire community benefits. Their message is helping reset expectations in a healthy, realistic way. Let's address something many people are thinking: what does this one confirmed rate tell us about the future? While no dates are being given and no sudden rate change is being promised, the presence of one confirmed number indicates that the system is becoming more structured behind the scenes. It means that official channels are setting clear standards and that rumors have less influence than before. That alone is a sign of progress. When processes become more organized, outcomes become more predictable. And even though we don't know when the next major step will happen, we can say with confidence that the path ahead is becoming clearer. People don't need multiple storylines. They need a single path. And that's exactly what this new clarity provides. The future may still have questions, but the foundation beneath those questions is now much stronger. Something else worth emphasizing is the sense of relief this news is bringing. Many dinar holders have been carrying emotional weight for years, wondering if they were being misled, wondering if they should trust certain sources, or wondering if the RV would ever happen the way rumors claimed. But hearing that there is only one rate gives people a chance to breathe again. It takes pressure off, it reduces anxiety. It allows people to observe developments calmly rather than feeling pulled in 1,000 different directions. And this emotional balance is incredibly important when dealing with long-term financial expectations. When holders feel balanced, they're able to stay patient, stay informed, and stay focused. They aren't constantly worrying about missing some secret update or hidden number. Instead, they can simply follow official news. That is a much healthier place to be. And it's one of the biggest benefits of this new clarification. Now let's talk about preparation, because that's something many people overlook. Having one confirmed rate gives holders a stable foundation to plan ahead. You can think about how you'll exchange, what steps you'll take, how you'll organize documents, and how you'll protect yourself from mistakes. You don't have to guess about multiple rates or wonder which number might apply to you. The process becomes simpler, and planning becomes more realistic. This is especially important in a major currency event like an RV, where emotions can run high and people can easily rush into decisions they later regret. Clarity allows thoughtful preparation instead of reactive decisions. And for many holders who have been waiting for years, preparation is just as important as patience. This new clarity makes that preparation far easier. It gives people a clear picture of what they're preparing for, even if the timeline remains unknown. There's also a community-wide benefit that comes from this confirmation. For years, the dinar community has been divided by different interpretations, predictions, and theories. People often disagreed not because they were enemies, but because they were operating with different information. But when everyone recognizes that there is only one confirmed rate, it helps bring unity back into the discussion. There is no more need to argue about which rumored rate is correct. There is no need to debate over who has the better prediction. People can now shift from competing narratives to shared clarity. And shared clarity makes discussions healthier, calmer, and more productive. It also helps new members of the community who may have felt overwhelmed by the amount of conflicting information. This new unified message is resetting the tone and bringing people onto the same page, which is exactly what the community needs as it moves forward. Another important point to look at is the stability this brings to expectations. When rumors control the conversation, expectations swing wildly from one extreme to another. Some people believe they'll be millionaires overnight, others fall into fear or doubt when predictions fail to come true. But having one confirmed rate keeps expectations grounded. It keeps the discussion centered around reality, rather than fantasy. And that balance is crucial. No major financial event happens based on rumor, they happen through official policy. This confirmation of one rate helps people shift from emotional expectations to realistic expectations. And realistic expectations create a healthier community where people can stay hopeful but not get carried away. It also means that when actual changes begin to happen, people will recognize them clearly instead of comparing them to countless rumors. This will make the entire experience smoother and far less confusing for everyone. Let's look at how this affects banks and exchange processes. Banks prefer clarity. They prefer official numbers and transparent procedures. When people walk into banks expecting different rates or asking about rumored exchanges, it creates unnecessary confusion and sometimes even delays. But when holders know there is only one official rate, it aligns expectations with reality. Banks will not have to handle questions about multiple rumored rates. They will simply follow the official number, as they always do. This simplifies everything. It also ensures that whenever an exchange process begins, it will move more efficiently and more predictably. People will know what to expect before they walk in. They will understand the procedures and avoid misunderstandings. This level of clarity benefits both banks and dinar holders. It makes the entire system flow more smoothly and reduces the risk of frustration or disappointment. And that's a major improvement for everyone involved. The global interest in the Iraqi dinar has grown in recent years as Iraq continues to rebuild economically and strengthen its financial infrastructure. Investors and analysts from around the world watch closely for signs of progress. When the dinar community operates with conflicting information, it can make the situation look chaotic. But this new level of clarity, affirming only one confirmed rate, helps present a more stable image. It shows that discussions are shifting toward realism. It shows that holders are aligning their expectations with official standards. And that stability can attract even more observers who prefer clarity over confusion. As Iraq continues to grow, stabilize, and modernize, this kind of clarity lays the groundwork for a stronger future. It shows that the community is preparing in a responsible and informed way. And that is something global watchers genuinely appreciate. With this clarity also comes a new sense of confidence. After years of dealing with unpredictable information, many holders are finally feeling grounded again. Confidence is essential because it allows people to make thoughtful decisions without rushing. It allows them to feel calm rather than anxious. And most importantly, it helps people recognize real progress when they see it. Confidence does not mean blind optimism. It means having a stable foundation to stand on. One confirmed rate provides that foundation. It reminds people that the dinar story is not about excitement or hype. It's about official processes, long-term changes, and realistic expectations. This mindset is far healthier for everyone. It helps people stay patient without losing focus. And in a long-term currency situation like this, patience supported by clarity is exactly what people need. As we move further into 2025, it's important to keep watching official developments rather than chasing predictions. The confirmation of one dinar rate is a major step toward a more transparent and grounded understanding of the currency's future. But this is only part of a much larger picture. Iraq continues to work on economic changes, financial reforms, and international strengthening. The dinar's future will be shaped by these official actions, not rumors or dramatic headlines. That's why this new clarity is so important. It helps people stay aligned with real information. It encourages responsible expectations, and it positions holders to understand developments clearly as they unfold. This is how long-term investors stay ahead, not by guessing, but by staying informed through real updates. And as 2025 progresses, that approach will be more valuable than ever. So let's wrap up with the key takeaway of today's major alert: the dinar community finally has clarity. Only one confirmed dinar rate exists. No secret rates. No multiple exchange levels, no conflicting numbers, just one official figure that cuts through years of confusion. This single piece of clarity resets expectations, protects holders, prevents scams, and brings stability back into the conversation. It allows people to prepare realistically for the future. It helps unify the community, and it reinforces the idea that the RV, whenever it happens, will follow official procedures, not rumors. The message now is simple: stay informed, stay grounded, stay patient, and follow trusted updates. The days of chasing multiple rates are over. Clarity has arrived, and clarity is power. If you're a dinar holder, pay attention. This is one of the most important updates you will hear in 2025. And as always, thank you for tuning in, because staying informed is the key to staying prepared for whatever comes next.